This is the third part of the chapter on ratio and proportion. Okay, I have written an example here. This is the proportionality that is given. 4 by 6 is equal to 6 by 9 is equal to 10 by 15. This ratio is equal to this ratio is equal to this ratio. Which means these 6 numbers which are involved are in proportion. Okay. Now, say I want to find each ratio's value here. Each ratio's value. How much will each ratio simplify to? Okay. Because these are numbers, you can divide each of these ratios by a common factor and find how much is each ratio's value. Let's say for example, 4 by 6, both 4 and 6 can be divided by 2. Okay. So let's divide both of them by 2. This becomes 2 and this becomes 3. Next ratio is 6 by 9. 6 and 9 both can be divided by 3. So let's divide both of them by 3. This if you divide by 3 you get 2. This if you divide by 3 you get 3. The last ratio is 10 by 15. Both of them can be divided by the common factor 5. So let's divide both of them by 5. This you divide you get 2. This you divide you get 3. Okay. So first one is simplified to 2 by 3. Second one also has simplified to 2 by 3. Third one is also 2 by 3. So each ratio's value here is 2 by 3. Each of them simplifies to give you 2 by 3. So here each ratio's value is 2 by 3. The simplified value of each of these ratios is 2 by 3. Now because these were numbers, it was easy for you to simplify and find how much is each ratio's value. I have written a second example where only alphabets are there. A by B is the first ratio, C by D is the second ratio, E by F is the third ratio. Look at the first ratio, A by B. You don't know which is the common factor which is going to divide both A and B. You don't know which is the common factor which is going to divide C and D. And you don't know what is going to divide E and F. So in this case, if you are asked to find each ratio's value, it could be A by B, or it could be C by D, or it could be E by F. Anything. But if these are not in the simplest form, then what is each ratio's value? Then, because in this case these are not numbers, it's not so easy to find each ratio's value like this. Okay. So let's devise a method where we can find each ratio's value from here. Let's say this was the ratio that was given, 4 by 6 is equal to 6 by 9 and this is equal to 10 by 15. Now there should be some other method of finding each ratio's value. Now each ratio's value is given as sum of antecedents divided by sum of consequence. Now what are these? Antecedents and consequence. In this proportion that is there, antecedents are the numerators which are here, 4, 6 and 10 are the antecedents, and the denominator sum of the consequence. Consequence are the denominators which are here. Okay. No need to find LCM, nothing. Just straight away add the antecedents and divide it by the sum of the consequence. Okay. So let's see whether it works. So in this case, this would be equal to sum of antecedents, means add up all those which are in the numerator. That is 4 plus 6 plus 10. 4 plus 6 plus 10 divided by sum of the consequence. These are the consequence, the denominators which are here. Add all of them. 6 plus 9 plus 15. 6 plus 9 plus 15. On simplification this becomes, this is 10 plus 10, that's 20, divided by 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 plus 15 is 30. You can simplify this. 0, 0 gone. 2 by 3 is what you get. So each ratio's value you will get by adding the antecedents and the consequence and dividing them. That gives you 2 by 3. Okay. So that is the actual method of finding each ratio's value. So in this case, if you have to find each ratio's value, we apply this, that is sum of antecedents by sum of consequence. Sum of antecedents means you will have to add A, C and E, and all of them A plus C plus E divided by sum of consequence, that is B plus D plus F, B plus D plus F. So this cannot be simplified, therefore each ratio's value in this case is A plus C plus E divided by B plus D plus F. So remember this, each ratio's value you can find by dividing the sum of antecedents and the sum of consequence. Okay. With respect to this, there is a question here. This question number 36. If x divided by xa plus yb plus zc is the first ratio, is equal to, this is the second ratio, is equal to, this is the third ratio. Three ratios are there. Okay. Like the previous one. This is equal to this is equal to this, or this is equal to this is equal to this. Three ratios are there. Okay. So these are the three ratios given, and it also says if you add x plus y plus z, it is not equal to 0. Then prove that the value of each ratio is 1 by a plus b plus c. Value of each ratio here, each of this ratio should be 1 by a plus b plus c. That is, this is equal to 1 by a plus b plus c, this is equal to 1 by a plus b plus c, and this is also equal to 1 by a plus b plus c. You are going to find each ratio's value here. Value of each ratio. Okay. So let's find each ratio's value according to whatever I told you previously. Each ratio's value is sum of antecedents by sum of consequence. Antecedents are this, this and this. Add all of them. That's x plus y plus z. That's what is here. Divided by sum of consequence, which means you'll have to add up all the denominators. That is xa plus yb plus zc plus ya plus zb plus xc plus za plus xb plus yc. Everything is added. Now to simplify this, x plus y plus z remains the same, divided by. Now look at these. This is an x term, this is an x term, and this is an x term. From these three, x becomes common. See what is left? A plus b plus c. Right? Then plus. Let's take the y terms now. That's a y term. This is a y term. And this is the third y term. In these y terms, y becomes common. So plus y becomes common. Now see what is left? A plus b plus c. Then plus. Now what is left is z terms. This is z, this is z, this is z. Out of these three, z is common, so plus z is common. So see what is left? A plus b plus c. Okay. So this is what we got. Now, x plus y plus z remains the same. And then, from here, from the denominator, you have a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c present in all the three terms. So that becomes common, so that I have removed a plus b plus c. And now write whatever is left, that is x plus y plus z. Now you can cancel x plus y plus z, and this x plus y plus z, this becomes 1. So each ratio's value becomes 1 divided by a plus b plus c. The question was show that each ratio's value is 1 by a plus b plus c. So each ratio's value has become 1 by a plus b plus c. Okay. So that's one question. Next. Coming to properties of proportion. There are three main properties of proportion which you have to know. Okay. Imagine that this is the proportionality that is given. If given proportion is A by B is equal to C by D. This can be changed in different forms. This is what is given. A by B is equal to C by D, you know. Now, according to the first property of proportion, which is called alternando, the change is if this is what is given, then if you use this property of alternando, the change is the consequent of this first ratio and the antecedent of the second ratio interchange place. That is, this and this will interchange place. B will take the place of C, C will take the place of B. This change is called alternando. So A by B is equal to C by D becomes A by, this comes here, that's A by C is equal to, the B goes there, B by D. Such a change is called alternando. On this, you can, if you use alternando again, you can use these properties any number of times. Okay. If you use alternando, which means this and this will interchange place, it will become A by B and C will go there is equal to C by D. You will get back whatever you started with. Okay. So, this is the first property which is called alternando. You can see the change. This and this will interchange place, not this and this. Okay. So, that is your first property. The second property, if this is the proportionality that is given, same thing I have taken. A by B is equal to C by D is the proportion that is given. The second property of proportion is called invertendo. Now what happens in invertendo is like writing reciprocals. B goes up, A comes down, D goes up, C comes down. This happens in both the ratios. Okay. So A by B is equal to C by D. If you apply invertendo on using invertendo, the second property, the change is B goes up, A comes down. So it becomes B by A is equal to the D goes up, C comes down, D by C. This change is done by using the property called invertendo. And on this, whatever result you got, if you use invertendo again if you use the same property invertendo, this will become A will go up, B will come down, C will go up, D will come down, which means you will get back whatever you started with. Okay. So this property is called invertendo. First one was alternando, second one is called invertendo. And the third property is a combination of two properties. Again, for the third one, if the given proportion is A by B is equal to C by D, I have taken the same proportion. A by B is equal to C by D. The third property is called componendo and dividendo. It's a combination of two properties. One is componendo, the other one is dividendo. So on using componendo and dividendo, this is what will happen to the ratio. Here, the numerator is A, denominator is B. Here, the numerator is C, denominator is D. If you use the property componendo and dividendo, this is what it will change to. Numerator plus denominator, that you will write in the numerator, that is A plus B. You will add both of them. A plus B in the numerator divided by, subtract the numerator and the denominator. A minus B, that goes to the denominator. Okay. First you will add A plus B and in the denominator you will subtract both of them. A minus B is equal to, do the same thing here. In the numerator it will be C plus D, add both of them, and in the denominator C minus D. So actually it was A by B is equal to C by D. By using this property of componendo and dividendo, this becomes A plus B divided by A minus B is equal to C plus D divided by C minus D. And on this, if you use componendo or dividendo again, you will get back whatever it was before. Okay. So these are the three main properties that you are going to see in proportion. A question relating to these three properties from exercise 8b, question number 15. If 8a minus 5b by 8c minus 5d is equal to 8a plus 5b by 8c plus 5d, prove that a by b is equal to c by d. This comes later, you are going to prove something, but this is what is given. Okay. So you will always start with whatever is given. 8a minus 5b by 8c minus 5d is equal to 8a plus 5b by 8c plus 5d. If you notice carefully, let's go to this compounder and dividend. The compounder dividend form is, in the numerator these two terms are separated by plus sign, in the denominator it's separated by minus sign. This term and this term are same, this term and this term are same, only difference is in between there is a plus sign, here there is a minus sign. On the other side, this term and this term are same, this term and this term are same, numerator is separated by plus sign, denominator is separated by minus sign. So let's do that way. Are these two terms same? This is A term, this is C term, not same. This is B term, this is D term, not same. So if this is A term, this also must be A term. If this is a B term, this must be a B term. Similarly, you should get C and D here. So this C and D term should be going that side, and the A and B term should be coming this side. So that everything this side is only in terms of A and B, and everything on the other side is in terms of C and D. Which means this has to go there and this has to come here. That property of change of this and this is called alternator. So by alternando is the first property that I am going to use. By alternando, 8a minus 5b remains the same. This comes here now, divided by 8a plus 5b is equal to, this goes that side, that's 8c minus 5d by 8c plus 5d. But if you look at the component or dividend form, numerator is separated by plus sign, denominator is separated by minus sign. But here is the opposite. So which means this has to go up, this has to come down, this has to go up, this has to come down. That property is called invertendo. So the next property that I am going to use to change this is by invertendo. By invertendo, this goes up, this comes down. This goes up, this comes down. So by invertendo, this has gone up, that's 8a plus 5b by 8a minus 5b is equal to, this has gone up, 8c plus 5d by 8c minus 5d. Now, this is in the componendo dividendo form, where this term and this term are same, this term and this term are same, numerator is separated by plus sign, denominator is separated by minus sign, is the same on the other side. Okay. So let's use componendo dividendo now. By using componendo and dividendo, all that I have to do is numerator plus denominator divided by, again, numerator minus the denominator is equal to, do the same thing on the other side, numerator plus denominator divided by numerator minus this denominator. I am using numerator and denominator. Actually they are called antecedents and consequents. Okay. Remove the brackets now. 8a plus 5b plus 8a minus 5b divided by 8a plus 5b minus 8a, minus into minus becomes plus 5b is equal to 8c plus 5d plus 8c minus 5d divided by 8c plus 5d minus 8c minus into minus becomes plus 5d. See what you can cancel here. You can cancel plus 5b minus 5b, 8a minus 8a, 5b minus 5d, 8c minus 8c. So what is left now is 8a plus 8a, which will give you 16a, divided by 5b plus 5b, which will give you 10b, is equal to 8c plus 8c, which will give you 16c. 5b plus 5b gives you 10b. Again, see what you can cancel. You can cancel 16 and 16, 10 and 10. So you are left with a by b is equal to c by d is what you need to prove. That's why hence proved. Okay. Your homework is from exercise 8c, question numbers 37, 40, 63, 38 and